Hello everybody, this is Android Gamer, and today I'm playing 60 Seconds Apocalypse Adventures. I played this before on PC and also a little bit on here as well. I have won on the PC, but I have yet to win any game on here. So let's see how I do here. I'm going to stay at normal, and let's get into it and see how I do. So the point of it is you are in your house before the alarm goes off that there's going to be a nuclear bomb, and you have to pick up as much as you can from your house before it goes off. So let's see how well I do. So usually I just start off with the closest thing that's to me and then slowly grab each one of my family members as I go. You're in the way. Grab a food. Oh, there we go. Okay. Grab my wife. Can I grab that? Yes, I can. Okay. And what else I want? Suit. Case. And grab the map. And I'm done. So I have everyone grab most of the important stuff. There's still a couple of things I could have or should have got, but no time, like the radio. Oh, we do get the Scout Handbook. Good. And the medkit. Okay, so at the top. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. It was a close one. As long as we were together, we can make it down here. We make it down here. Remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We can't remember bringing these supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked it better as well. Anyway, just one book. Good thing to grab that suitcase. What we found inside will definitely prove useful, which is medical kit. The shelves are full of cans. We'll eat for cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. It's only 2 of each. Just barely enough water for everyone. We'll have to ration it strictly. Time for rationing? No. So 3 cans and 3 water. Definitely not enough. It's so easy to escalate silly arguments in close quarters. And close quarters doesn't help. We were chatting and then all of a sudden we were fighting and fighting. Let's just hope we're over it. We get over this soon. Because it's a long time. Day 2. We stopped arguing, but for how long? It's always better when times are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. Timmy's on his best behavior how long will it last? Everything's okay with Dolores. Ted is fine. Okay, so let's go for an expedition, see if we get more food. Hear that? No, because no one is talking. Not a word for hours. Not at all. We can't just stare at the walls. We need to do something. Unfortunately, I did not bring radio to listen to music or listen to sound, so of course we had checkerboard and harmonica. Somebody could play a tune, but I guess not. Everybody's now down because There's nothing here. Maybe if we try really hard, we could hear the neighbors in their shelter. It's very thirsty. Okay. No, it's not really time to do water yet. I'm going to do one. Because usually you can tell by what point they actually need water and it says how bad they are. And no one can go outside because they're all tired. Lovely. Well, that's just great. Signs say hopefully it lasts. Might not look like it, but he's strong boy. He's doing fine. He's relatively calm. And no one's in any condition to go outside. Big rat, kill it with the book. We don't have any rat poison. We dodge a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was large, hairy, had 8 legs and a glowing head. Hopefully we won't have to deal with them again. It's impressive how well Mary Jane, no time, yep. Still can't get anyone outside. Decided to have some fun today and play a game or two. First one was picking the game we are going to play. This took us most of the day and we haven't made up our minds. Well, that's unfortunate. Thirsty. I thought playing silent game would be a good idea. Science was too annoying and we quickly stopped. Somebody needs to go outside. You maniacs, you blew it up. Ah, damn you. Damn you to hell. There's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up the barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. What did they do that caused it to blow up? Did they put too much gas on it? Okay, so now you can see where they're saying that they need water and desperately. Unfortunately, that's my last water, so somebody has to go outside or all will die. Y'all will die of thirst. You barely sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope this won't happen again. Somebody needs to go outside. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We were paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except one time that never mind. The government people are coming, and we shall keep our eyes and ears open for any sign of them. So this is roughly around the 50s, or set in around the 50s, when nuclear war was very high. If there's one thing that we need to do is use a radio on a regular basis. To catch any emergency broadcast, we need a radio first. That might be transmitting an area. It's either that or it's strolling outside waiting to be picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Well, it is when we didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb dropped. Yet here we are. We are clearly here. We can clearly hear a telephone ringing outside. It must be a public payphone on the other side of the street. Who will go answer it? Anybody, get out! Pick up the phone! When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from nearby town of Hill Valley. You Back to the Future? We started exchanging information when the call was cut off. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope that they will get back to us. Nothing's going on. Just quite hungry. We could have sworn that a huge puddle of water wasn't there earlier. And there goes another one. Oh, damn it. We're getting flooded. Let's grab some of our supplies before they start flooding. Well, the map's on the walls. I'm not sure how it's floating away, but I'll still save it. Timmy, are you happy now? Before any of the streams squirted from the walls. Before any of the streams squirting from the walls could hit our map, we tore it down. It was the only thing that did not get wet during our little flood. After the water level dropped, we started cleaning up. We might not finish before the next apocalypse hits. Okay, well, unfortunately, I don't have water. And Timmy's the only one that can go. Surviving down here is no walk in the park. It won't go easily. It won't get easier. We're hoping this will blow over soon and life will get back to what it used to be, or else we might face dangers we never dreamt of. Please, Timmy, still be there. Please, Timmy, still be there. Don't everyone die. Yay! However, Ted looks sick. Okay. Give everyone food. Yeah, give him medical. Timmy, you gotta go and be the man of the house and get us some food before we all die. And too late, everyone's dead. Or at least Ted and... We just left. How could you say that we didn't? Yeah, everyone died of dehydration. Well, 13 days. Oopsie. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not gonna do the full apocalypse. I'm going to do survival. I'm going to try on easy just for the heck of it. See if I can pass this way and see if maybe I have more stuff. Okay, so I literally have everything in here. But that's a little too easy now, but... All of us made the shelter, 6 before the last, Our shelves are full. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. Well, that's obvious because it is completely stocked. I've never seen anyone, but we are sure it's good amount of supplies. We've been busy since we got in the shelter, but there's still much to do, like trimming that shrubbery in our yard. That's definitely something we want to do when we get out of here. But if the shrubbery left on your yard and it's not glowing radioactive, maybe moving away won't be a bad thing. Won't be too bad. You think? We'll probably make new friends, meet new people, provide everyone is still alive, that is. Okay, everyone's happy. Kept dreaming about those little things we did back in the day when there weren't as many bombs falling down. Not on our heads anyways. What we make of today will be our tomorrow. So let's make it right. Everyone's so happy. Everyone's so happy. Okay. Mary Jane's gonna go out. She's usually the most healthiest of all of them for some reason. So she's gonna go out, see what's going on. Hello? Hello? Timmy needs water. Everyone needs water. As we're considering alternatives to canned soup diet, a sudden knock on the door broke our line of thought. It turns out we were visited by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape. All they wanted was to get something to drink, a bite to eat, or at least clean bandages and medicine to tend to the wounds. Okay, what we have, extra water. So let's give them that. Our visitors had problems finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's great feeling to be helping someone out. They left soon after to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. I hope they make it there. Jimmy's okay. Dolores okay. Ted's okay. Our hideout was approached by a man we didn't know. He claimed he used to be an accountant, but now he's surviving as a trader and a gambler. He offered us a card game for a bet of 2 bottles of water. Should we play? Well, let's see what happens. You have the water, so. And looks like from the cupboard in the back we gained it. Nope. Wait, what? Oh, the big bottle's gone. Damn it, the man must have cheated. We lost, and before we could argue, the man left with our supplies. Well, that's unfortunate. It's difficult to keep track of time down here, but at least we remembered it's Timmy's birthday. He's going so fast. We were getting him, should get him something every boy wants for his, which birthday is it again? I'm going to go with the checkerboard this time. A lot of times I give the scout book and is happy with it, but I'm going to try checkerboard this time and see how it goes. Oh, Mary Jane's back. And she getting us more water. When we're taking cover in the shelter, we barely had time to grab anything. So the checkered set is missing half its pieces. Seems you could still play with one half, since Timmy has been enjoying himself. That's good. We've been discussing selling our house and moving someplace else. But in truth, we didn't exactly picture things as they turned out. We miss the old place. It's only natural that we decided to take a look and see if it was still there, still standing. You could just turn around and look. It would have been the shelter would have been in your backyard, wouldn't it? The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burned out desks and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans. Are they not feeding you that you have to hide soup? The kitchen was a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs matching the floor tiles. Now they're nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remain scattered in the dirt. Damn it, I really like that suitcase. Now it's gone. I'm going to give everyone water and give Mary Jane food. So Mary Jane's not available because she's a little tired and she's already gone out. We didn't think we would get a chance to increase our food supply by slightly playing a card game, but that's what we were offered by a man knocking on the door. 2 cans, we win. We get his 2 cans of food. We lose, we give him 2 cans. Let's try and see what happens. This actually is an achievement if you always say yes. Looks like we won. Haha! Lucky lady was on our side. We won the vicious game of war. The man wasn't too happy about it, but he delivered on his promise. It's good because everyone's hungry. Okay, Timmy, you're up. Yeah, so if you always say yes to something and win, you get achievement, and also reverse, if you always say no to something that comes in and win, and you get another achievement for always saying no. Keep sitting with our backs sides here in this tiny little bunker, or we could start thinking about getting away as far as possible from the radiated wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a beautiful neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who could help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Let's listen to the radio. That's not radio, that's Morse code. You knew it, the government has not fallen and they're coming to save us. They don't give exact dates in their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. You say that. They said they will be in touch in a couple days and told us to wait further instructions. I'm going to wait a little bit longer for the water because, as I said, it usually says when they're actually clearly ready to get water or else they die. Being in such a tiny shelter would make anyone a little apathetic. We need to stay calm and wait for rescue. Surely they'll come for us, right? It's raining. Okay, sorry. Now they all need water. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from the door. When we peeked outside in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it was meant for us. Should we open it? Yep. You never know what's inside. Could be another suitcase. No, but Ted's now sick for some reason. Inside we found some soup, but yuck, it expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spent the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not going to accept anonymous gifts again. Ever again. You say that. Okay. That's your Ted. Because he's important. No, I don't have a flashlight. It's never a good time to go out in the wasteland, but it seems this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. I thought it might be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later and plan a trip outside before we could make a third step beyond the shelter doors. An unexpected creature started growling at us in the darkness. We had only moments to decide what to do. Spray him. Jimmy's back. Insect killing spray could wipe out any mutant mosquito, as well as creatures lurking in the shadows. It didn't bother us again. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wastelands as safely with us now. During our expedition, we stumbled upon the ruins of a familiar building, a local bank. Although a place like that might not be an ideal source of useful supplies, we decided to go anyways. You never know what you might find, except for bags of cash, obviously. It's like the bank was robbed just before the blast. The vault was cracked open with saws hidden in teddy bears. Who does that? Oh, saws hidden in teddy bears. Okay, now it makes sense. Anyway, we could see why they wanted to rob it so badly. The place was filled with tomato soup cans. How did it end up here? Maybe the mail had it delivered to the bank instead of the food bank. Not sure about that. We found a shopping bag on the floor next to the counters. It contained a couple of rotten bananas, a hand cream, pair of bunny slippers, and a bottle of water. Tempting as all of these treasures might be, we limited ourselves to taking water. On one of the counters, we found a suitcase full of money. It looks like someone was making a deposit. Then, when the bomb fell, they're not going to get their interest anytime soon. We got rid of the banknotes and kept the suitcase. Why wouldn't you keep the money? I mean, yes, it would be considered stealing, but at some point, everything will come back and government will continue. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the blast. Mary Jane. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp. Check it off. Nothing's fine. So everyone's starting to get hungry, and Ted and Dolores are getting thirsty. Stumbled onto some remains of abandoned shanty town. Someone or something tore it down. Initially, amidst the rubble, we found a cat licking its paw nonchalantly, surrounded by blood and dismembered limbs. As we made our way back to the shelter, the cat followed. We could hear its paws impatiently scratching our hatch. Should we let it inside? Sure. It means not a bunny. Bunny won't rip us. The cat won't rip us apart. We opened the hatch. The bunny jumped. The cat jumped in and marched around the whole shelter, sniffing all of us. Every wall, corner, empty can, and piece of furniture. Finally, it picked a quiet place, sat down, and let out a big, deep sigh before taking a 12-hour nap. Okay. The collar has Schrödinger etched into it. What kind of name is that? I got to give everyone food, everyone water, and Jane, you're gonna go outside. Bye, kitty. Go outside. Shirkov seems to be fond of our checkers board. Its favorite game during stretching of extreme boredom. Its favorite game during stretches of extreme boredom and silence in the shelter is pushing checkered pieces off the table as it gazes intently to whoever happens to be sitting the closest. Sounds of checkers hit the floor every 10 seconds. Sound of the checkers hitting the floor every 10 seconds gets on our nerves, and we consider taking the game away. Should we? Well, kind of said I was going to always say yes. As soon as we allowed him to play with the checkered board, Shardov instantly got bored with it. It did sit on top of it for the whole afternoon, though, leaving us with no entertainment whatsoever. Selfish cat, or bastard, as it says. At least it didn't break anything. Kept dreaming about those little things again. Living in the past isn't wise. In our current situation, we should think about today and tomorrow. Give Tim food. Let's listen to some music. We were able to get a weak signal from and tap into the government's emergency announcement system. And guess what? Great news! Fallout outside has almost gone. It seems to be safer to travel now. So everyone needs water. Today, music from the radio station stopped abruptly. Instead, we got to listen to transmission from the army. They were almost halfway to the door when they started talking about. We were almost halfway to talk about evacuation. But it turns out there was something we need to do first. All the survivors were asked to leave a sign that we're alive somewhere in the area. Exact location was given in geographical coordinates. We need a map to establish them. But then we have one. A quick glance at the map gave us all the information required. We left them a message in a bottle. Make sure, because they're just slightly hungry. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on its collar with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owners still be around and worried sick? Chances are slim, but maybe we should pay them a visit, or at least whatever's left of them. Jane's back and brought a mask. Unfortunately, Timmy's looks even sicker. Grabbed our new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the waste, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras, and shades. They gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they've been looking for it. Apparently, it belongs to the dear old nanny, who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took shorter of thanked us and left. The cat didn't seem to mind. So maybe it was for the best. She's back. Sounds paranoid, but we think someone's following us, or just hope this doesn't happen again. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. Our expedition went directly to visit the primary school. Not for education, of course. No. We were desperate for supplies, and school was our best chance to get them. Everyone adored the lunch lady. She was almost 80, and everything she touched tasted great and smelled of tomato. Now we knew her secret. Tomato soup cans. Biology class had an aquarium. The fish had died since no one fed it, but the aquarium water still was drinkable. Ew. It was enough for a few bottles. PE teacher was World War II vet. He kept some of his war trophies and memorabilia in the office, which included grenades, a bazooka, and a fully functional gas mask, which I guess I took. Alright, once again, I'm going to pause it here for now, and I continue on next time. If you like this, please hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell, or click on the bell for any future notifications. As always, this is Android Gamer, better days, and happy gaming!